So at this point, I made it to the rising had occurred to me, and now I am traveling in my story, and I go to Hornby Island. This is Hornby Island. It is a beautiful island, and I was pushing my boundaries. I had put my car over here at Buckley Bay, and I hitchhiked over, and I spent a couple nights on the Tribune Bay Park, and had a contact event out there. The contact event was a red orb that I saw. Just like someone else mentioned, it kind of reminded you of a red flare, and that's what I saw. Other people have seen very similar lights out in the exact same location. My girlfriend and I were sitting in my car at a beach in Comox, BC at about 9:30 p.m. when we noticed two fairly bright orange lights in the distance between the islands of Texada and Hornby. Literally over here, that's Texada. So in between, they're seeing all this light activity, and they are over here, Comox. So they're witnessing all this activity right in the exact spot. This is only 3 years later from my contact event. These lights would disappear or sort of fade out, only to reappear in different areas, sometimes very close to the water, side by side, or at one time, one ball very high in the sky while the other was very close to the water. So just this lot of movement and change occurring. We also saw smaller glowing balls flowing low to the water at speeds that were astonishing. Lots of activity people see in that area, in Courtney, Denman, so out in that area there. But fascinating for me, this guy out in Bowser. So Bowser is right here. Again, really close to my contact, the spot where my contact event is. He's here, and he's out witnessing this, something out here in this area. And he sees a large, bright red light. It just hovered in one spot, shifting back and forth and up and down just slightly. Then another came down at an angle towards it, and the other started heading south down island quickly. The second was bigger and brighter, and they both had a half circle shape to them and red light emanating from just underneath. I cannot tell you how insane that is, that someone had witnessed something very similar to mine and my contact event in the exact same, diameter, same like kilometers all apart. So I just thought that was fascinating stuff, and really, yeah, again, happy and amazed of finding all these connecting pieces. I'm always fascinated by the behavior of the UFOs. So I'll go into this. This is a sighting that occurred close to one of my other contact events, but the report by UFO BC said, so this UFO landed, and when it lands, he says, a more ideal landing spot for seclusion could hardly be found. Again, you get that observation aspect going on, how the UFO somehow knows how to place itself, so it's not how it's going to be observed, or at least will only be observed by the people who it wants to be observed by. And this is where my contact event happened, and that's exactly how I describe it in the book. The UFO places itself right here, as if it knew exactly how I would be able to be the only one to witness it. It's just the perfect placement of it was absolutely bizarre to me, and for a researcher to kind of pinpoint that with another UFO landing, I thought that was really interesting. And not just that, we allowed ourselves to speculate that the UFO wasn't attracted to the boys by curiosity, but originally intended to land or pick someone up or drop someone off because of the way it placed itself. Well, that's hilarious, because that's exactly what this UFO did with me, was it was picking me up. So it placed itself in a spot not to be seen only by me, directly across from my tent, and I was the one it was picking up. So just weird how people kind of interlay these other researchers interlay these connecting pieces of behaviors that I'm witnessed or a part of my story.